Good evening. I'm Marie Lipinski. I'm the curator here at the Nieman Foundation to Journalism, and it is such a pleasure to welcome you here to Lippman House, to Harvard, to the 12th Annual Georges Conference, our two-day training workshop for college journalists that has become truly one of our favorite weekends of the year here at Nieman. The conference is a tribute to journalist Christopher Georges, a magna cum laude graduate of Harvard University, who served as executive editor of the Harvard Crimson, with whom we plan this event every year. After graduating, Chris worked briefly at the New York Times, at CNN, at the Washington Monthly, before going on to a bright career as a reporter at the Wall Street Journal in Washington. Chris took special interest in writing about the human impact of public policy, something that distinguished his work and that we can still learn from maybe today more than ever. After battling lupus, Chris died in 1998. He was only 33. We are so deeply indebted to members of Chris's family who have generously endowed this conference in his memory and who are with us tonight. Chris's mother and father, Mary and Jerry Georges, welcome back to Lippman House. And Chris's sister, Gigi Georges, who also serves on the Nieman Advisory Board. Please join me in welcoming and thanking the Georges family. Along with the Georges, the Nieman Foundation is happy to work on this conference each year in partnership with the Crimson. So thank you to Crimson President Derek Choi, who's also with us, and to all his newsroom colleagues for their work in recruiting student speakers and hosts for our participants this weekend. We are very, very grateful. And we're also really happy and grateful to have Maggie Haberman here. Maggie is a longtime friend of Gigi, and battled her childhood illness and weather and all kinds of things to be with you here tonight. So please, not hers, yeah. To be with us here tonight, and we'll have a chance to introduce her more formally. But Maggie, thank you so much for making the trip. And of course, to my fabulous Nieman Fellows, to Nieman alumni, and to the great Nieman staff. Some of whom are here tonight, the rest of whom you'll meet tomorrow at a series of sessions that they will run for you. As the weekend progresses, we really encourage you to ask lots of questions and engage with the speakers, with each other, even with those who can't be here, by using the hashtag Georges17. We'll also be videotaping the sessions, and we will post that later to the conference website. Hoping that can serve as a resource for you and also for the colleagues of yours who weren't fortunate enough to make this trip. We are especially excited this year to welcome a couple of new schools to the Georges Conference, the fruits of our efforts to add more regional diversity to the workshop. We're very proud of the work that happens here every year in Chris's name, and eager to share it with as broad an audience of student journalists as we can. So we welcome for the first time Florida A&M University. Where are you at, Florida? And the University of New Mexico. And after several-year absence, we welcome back Howard University and the students of the Howard University Hilltop. And I just want to say that I trace every good thing that ever happened to me as a journalist to my college newspaper experience. I was editor of the Michigan Daily at my alma mater, the University of Michigan. And I would not be standing here tonight without the experience that I had in that newsroom, a place where I learned my first and also my most important lessons about what it took to be a journalist, about the values of journalism. And I'm just so fortunate to have had the privilege of apprenticing at something that I knew I wanted to make my life's work. And even for those of my daily colleagues who did not go on to careers in journalism, which may, in fact, describe some of you, the discipline that was required of all of us to do that work while we were also doing, actually trying to go to school, some of us, yielded lessons that were so character building, really, truly beyond any other college experience I had. So I'm envious of this time that you are all enjoying as college journalists, and hoping that we can, by investing in you this weekend, that we can make you even stronger in that very important work. You're doing this work in really challenging times. I don't need to remind you of that. The complicated issues facing the nation and journalism are, I'm sure, evident on your college campuses. The new administration has called journalists the opposition and the enemy of the people. But I do not take that bait, and neither should you. If anything, we rededicate ourselves to the work ahead, inspired by Chris and the legacy that Nieman and his family join here in celebrating tonight. And we look to you, the next generation of journalists, to chart new paths that improve and safeguard this very important work. We hope your time with us and each other this weekend fortifies you for those challenges and also excites you for the possibilities ahead. So enjoy your dinner, enjoy each other's company. We'll be back in a little bit to introduce Maggie. We're so glad you're here this weekend. Thank you.